Background: Nosferatu is the first NPC in Forsaken to become a killer, originally being the shop NPC for the Masquerade event skins. However, he became a surprise killer on November 28th, a month after the event started on October 31st. He can be obtained for 3,500 sukers during the event. After the event, he will still be obtainable, but only for player points, and anyone who obtained him during the event will get an exclusive skin. Nosferatu is based on the old vampire folklore character Count Orlok, seen in the 1922 film Nosferatu eine Symphonie des Grauens, though the only thing they have in common is that they're both vampires. He is described as having a sanguine desire, one held by those of bloodied code. Appearance: Nosferatu has reddened claws on his hands, black hair tied up in a ponytail, triangular ears near the front of his head, a black vest that has the alchemy symbol for phosphorus on it, a red undercoat, a yellow and red collar, a vampire cape, black heeled boots, and a dark red masquerade mask with red neon eye holes. Gameplay: Nosferatu is a 4-star ambush killer who is very versatile and uses stealth. Nosferatu himself has a sprint speed of 27.5, 1,700 health, and a 60 stud terror radius. He has 1 passive and 6 abilities. His passive levitation allows him to naturally levitate, which means he doesn't produce any footstep sounds. The only other character to have this passive is Dusakar, and the quote for this passive is, "To walk without sound is to hunt without mercy." His first ability is Lacerate. He uses his claws to slash in front of him. It has a 0.3 second windup, lingers for 0.3 seconds, has a length of 7.5 studs, deals 24 damage, and has a 2-second cooldown. The quote for it is, "We are the things that Robloxians fear." Bloodhook is his second ability. Think of it as Scorpion's iconic chain move. Nosferatu does a short windup and throws a red chain at a survivor that reaches out as far as 15 studs. The hook itself does not go through walls and can hit multiple survivors, but will only grab onto one. If it connects, it will initially deal 15 damage, trigger a minigame, and the cooldown for the ability will be 30 seconds. If it doesn't connect, then the cooldown will be 20 seconds. If the survivor fails, they get pulled closer to Nosferatu, and if they get too close, the ability will deal 20 more damage and apply the helpless and slowness 3 debuffs to Nosferatu for 4 seconds. Nosferatu also has to play the minigame. The more they mess up, the easier it will be for the survivor to escape. Using this ability up close lets Nosferatu kick the survivor, which deals an additional 3 damage. If at any point the survivor completes the minigame, they are set free at their current position, and Nosferatu is inflicted with the helpless debuff for 4 seconds. The quote for this ability is, "We are those who arrive in the night, stalking our prey and pulling them from prying eyes." Nosferatu's third ability is called Cataclysm, and it has a 25-second cooldown. He does a 360 spin and gains the invisibility for buff before dashing forward. While he's dashing, he creates a sharp red line on the ground purely for visual effect, and after dashing for 2 seconds, he teleports back to his starting position and stomps on the ground, creating an explosion and summoning blood puddles that last for 12 seconds. The explosion itself deals 10 damage, and any survivor that steps into the blood puddles will be highlighted for 5 seconds and be inflicted with the Bleeding 2 debuff for 12 damage over time and the Slowness 2 debuff for 4 seconds. The quote for this is, "Dude, I swear on my life I saw a vampire dash at like Mach 5. This one specifically comes from a random Robloxian. Nosferatu's fourth ability is Hunter's Feast. It has a 20-second cooldown, and he unleashes an orb made entirely of bats that fly in the direction of the player's cursor. It can't pass through walls, and activating the ability again redirects it once. If it hits a survivor, it deals 5 damage and applies the Oblivious debuff to whoever it hits for 10 seconds. Nosferatu also gains the invisibility and undetectable buffs for 10 seconds, but hitting the same survivor afterwards will remove these buffs. The quote for this is, "The bats are..." This one also comes from a very unfortunate Robloxian. Nosferatu's fifth ability is Ascension, which has a 35-second cooldown and lets Nosferatu leap upward and briefly transform into a bat, literally letting him fly. Pressing the spacebar or jump button lets him flap his wings to gain height. Holding the spacebar or jump button allows him to hover and to return to normal. You can activate the ability again. While Nosferatu is flying, he's immune to stuns and all survivors are highlighted. The quote for this is, "You know what's in here, I know what's in here." Inside you'll find Nosferatu's last ability is Dismount. It's a dive with a 30-second cooldown that can be performed by activating Lacerate while in the bat form from Ascension. Nosferatu's stamina doesn't regenerate, his terror radius is reduced, and his movement speed is increased. If the dive is successful, Nosferatu instantly transforms back to normal and bites the survivor's neck, dealing 5 damage and stunning the survivor before winding up and throwing them, dealing an additional 30 damage. If the dive isn't successful, Nosferatu is inflicted with the Slowness 3 and Helpless 1 debuff buffs for 2 seconds. Nosferatu's only real weakness is that he sucks at dealing with competent sentinels since he has no reliable way to punish being stunned, and his abilities are easy for Guest 1337s to block. Lore. Most of Nosferatu's lore comes from his archenemy, Striga, an NPC in the lobby who can only be found when you reach level 100 on Nosferatu. Nosferatu belongs to an ancient generation of vampires summoned up by Dracula before he forged a deal with the Necrobloxicon eons ago. Almost nothing is known about Dracula, but the deal he forged put a curse on the vampires that forced them to drain the life from Robloxians to maintain their form. The vampires were forced to establish a strict hierarchy to control younger generations as a way to avoid the detection and eradication they would face by the Roblox admins. Nosferatu hated this hierarchy, viewing it as an unnecessary burden, and he rebelled by slaughtering countless Robloxians. While he was on the run from the vampire hierarchy for treason, he caught the attention of the Spectre, who sent an agent to approach Nosferatu. This agent had the same alchemical symbol of phosphorus that can be seen in many locations and even on some killers, including the chamber where the Nosferatu NPC lies, the Bloodfell Manor Map, on Azure's torso, and on Phosphorus's hat, who were both upcoming killers. The agent offered a tempting but vague deal to Nosferatu: infinite celebration and desire in exchange for being forsaken and serving the Spectre. Nosferatu accepted and brought the masquerade with him, starting the event. Striga claimed he had been a wretched fool for trying to fight off the masquerade, and the true identity of the masquerade is still unknown. In the chamber, Nosferatu can be seen playing his organ, but when a player approaches him, he stops, turns around, and tells them they are a pathetic waste of time for interrupting him. After Nosferatu was forsaken, he became a killer due to his vampiric skills, but also because of the bloody code he was given by the Spectre, and the map, Bloodfell Manor, was his lair. Striga knows about the agent the Spectre sent and even remembers their last words, the skin of gluttony. Striga also warns the player that since he is a follower of Dracula, he and the other vampires called true vampires and Nosferatu are all searching for the Necrobloxicon, hoping it can break the curse, which is kind of ironic since it's been stabbed into Slasher's right shoulder this whole time. Extras. Nosferatu is the first and currently only killer to be obtainable via event currency upon release. His purchase quote, "Who is flickering the lights, bruh?" is a reference to the iconic SpongeBob episode Graveyard Shift. Nosferatu is currently the first and only NPC to become a killer. If Draco Bloxer does get added as a killer in the future, he will be the second due to the Draco Bloxer plaque in the lobby. Nosferatu is one of the only black characters in the game. He is the second killer to have the player in their outro, the first killer to have one of their cutscenes take place in the lobby, the first killer to literally fly, the first killer to have a minigame for both the survivor and the killer, and the first killer to not reward XP or player points for using his abilities. He's the first for a lot of things. Also, his chase theme is based on the theme he plays in the chamber before you rudely interrupt him. His walk speed is also the slowest out of any killer at 7.25, but who needs walking when he can just turn into a bat and fly? Skins. Crew leader themes 1x around the top crew crown, a Roblox accessory exclusive to the takeover event. The dominoes on 1x's old crown are replaced with skateboards. The color scheme of the skin is purple and black. There's a laptop on his back, Dark Age Ninja pauldrons, spiky armbands, and Mass Infection has purple orbs. The skin costs 500 player points, and the purchase quote is, "Your trouble ends here." Fuds is a noob skin based on the Roblox YouTuber Fuds. He has yellow skin, a green jacket with ripped sleeves and his name on the back, blue fingerless gloves, a silly face, a black and blue hat with blue goggles on the front, dark green pants, and green shoes with white laces. The skin costs 1000 player points, and the purchase quote, "Stop being selfish so we can actually work together to be," is a reference to a line from one of Fuds' videos. Street Stunner is another skin based on the Takeover event. It's a Shedletsky skin themed around the Stunter helmet Roblox accessory. Shedletsky has a yellow tie with the epic face plastered all over it, a yellow and blue shirt, a red and orange band around his left hand, a yellow sign on his back, the Stunner helmet on his head, racing patterns for a belt, black pants with paint all over them, black shoes, and a bunch of blue stuff that I have no idea how to describe on his left hip. The skin costs 300 player points, fairly cheap, and the purchase quote is "Booyah!" Snyfort is another skin based on a YouTuber, with this one being a Shedletsky skin based on Snyfort, a Spanish Roblox YouTube animator. He has black spiky hair, blue headphones, glasses, a blue and white scarf, cyan skin, a dark blue jacket with a dark blue t-shirt underneath, a blue necklace, black fingerless gloves, a blue belt, a really cool looking sword on his back, really dark blue pants, black shoes, a blue and white drink that replaces the fried chicken, and a custom slash animation. The skin costs 11,000 player points, and the purchase quote, "Always looking for new ways to animate," is based on his channel description on YouTube. Turkey Day is the only skin you might have to pay Shedletsky to wear. It gives Shedletsky a turkey themed suit. He has a turkey hood, brown clothes, light bright shorts, brown pants under the shorts, feathers on the sides of his arms and his back, a red and white sword, and a face of complete disappointment. The skin costs 450 player points, and the purchase quote, quote is, "You have no idea how much he hates wearing the suit." Scenecore turns Elliot into a Scenecore girl. She has yellow hair with red and black zigzag stripes, red hair under her yellow hair that covers her left eye, a red visor that says LOL. But the O is a star, a dark gray jacket that covers the top half of her torso with a small pizza on the front and a red logo on the back, a red t-shirt underneath, spiked collars on her atoms, a belt with the white outline of a star as the buckle, black shorts, black socks, red and white sneakers with black laces, and a big of chips instead of pizza. The skin costs 700 player points, and the purchase quote is, "Let's get Munchkin." Uni shows what Elliot would have looked like when he was a university student. That's not confirmed, so don't quote me on that. He has freckles, a dark red visor, a nervous face, a red and white shirt, a black backpack, black pants, and black shoes with white laces. The skin costs 400 player points, far cheaper than actually going to a university, and the purchase quote is, "Nom nom." Signature recipe is a Thanksgiving themed skin that turns Elliot into a woman. She has autumn colored hair, freckles, a white straw hat with a brown band, a red and yellow checkered shirt with a white t-shirt underneath, a teddy bear plushie on her back, light blue jeans, white shoes, and a pumpkin pie instead of pizza. The skin costs 650 player points, and the purchase quote is, "She's always got the best pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Grab the killers, grab the survivors, bring grandma." Stalkalek is a Builderman skin based on Roblox YouTuber and animator Stalkalek. He has a black top hat with a yellow band of monocles, a blocky white head, a black hoodie with his icon on the front, a blue undershirt, dark blue pants, even darker blue shoes, a laptop he uses to build, a custom brown sentry model, and a custom black dispenser with a blue crystal. This is the first and currently only Builderman skin to have completely unique models of the buildings that aren't just retextures or recolors. The skin costs 1,100 player points, and the purchase quote, "Can't flee from her for much longer," is a reference to Stalkalek's most popular video, Flee from Shinny, Roblox Flee the Facility animated. Yard Defender is a Thanksgiving skin that turns Builderman into a guy determined to keep people off his lawn. He has a wooden Builders Club hat, brown hair, a stylish brown mustache, a brown scarf, a squirrel sitting on his left shoulder, a light brown checkered vest with a brown plaid long sleeve shirt underneath, a black belt with a leaf as the buckle, dark blue jeans, dark brown shoes, an orange leaf blower on his back, and an autumn themed sentry and dispenser. The skin costs 900 player points, and the purchase quote is, "Get off my lawn." Combat Wizard turns Dusekar into the stupidly annoying wizard from the Roblox game Combat Initiation. He has a black wizard hat with yellow spots, a sinister grin, a yellow head, a black cape, gray arms with yellow markings, a purple torso with the Save the Whales badge, black legs, custom VFX, and the Staff of Sparks gear that replaces his regular staff. The skin costs 1,500 player points, and the purchase quote is, "An uncommon but elite group who are practitioners of magic, fielding in every part of study regarding it." Sacred Harvest is a Thanksgiving-themed Dusekar skin. He has rocks and leaves on his head, along with twigs and tree branches growing from it. He has a red tree on his left shoulder, vines all over his body, plants all over his neck, a brown sleeveless shirt, brown skin, slightly ripped green pants, a cape made entirely of leaves, and a large tree branch as a staff. The skin costs 600 player points. Trackstar bases Veronica's appearance on Hatsune Miku in the album cover of the song Beloved Life Runner. She has a blue TV head with a white screen, a blue hat that says V on the front with a blue and green gradient, blue antennae with yellow neon tips, blue headphones, a blue jacket with Sonic themed pins, and a white hoodie underneath that. Also has a blue lightning bolt on the front, blue skin, black shorts with a yellow outline, a custom skateboard with a theme similar to her shoes, a blue tail with a green and yellow plugger, and blue, black, orange, and white shoes with a yellow star on them and a hazard pattern on the top and bottom. The skin costs 1,000 player points, and the purchase quote is, "Faster than ever." Neon turns Veronica into Neon Cat. She has a silver TV head with purple cat-like antennae and custom facial expressions, a dark blue tube top with pixel stars, white shutter shades on her chest, black skin, a Pop-Tart themed backpack, a white charger cord as a tail, colorful, checkered, and gradient bracelets on both her arms, a gray fingerless glove on her right arm, a rainbow skirt, leg warmers, black shoes with white laces, a Pop-Tart themed spray can with pointed ears, and a rainbow skateboard. The skin costs 1,200 player points, and the purchase quote is meow. Pilgrim is the last Thanksgiving themed skin in this update. 2x Fallen Leaves skin hasn't been added to the game yet. He has a large gray pilgrim hat, large circular glasses, light brown earmuffs, a large brown sack on his back with a turkey sticking out, a gray suit with a white collar and white cuffs, a black belt with a silver square buckle, gray pants, black shoes with yellow laces, a silver coin, and a blunderbuss. The skin costs 900 player points, and the purchase quote is huntin' bigger things. Really rich is the exact opposite of homeless chance. This time he has multiple Sparkle Time fedoras stacked on top of his head, a rainbow tuxedo, a black tie, rainbow pants, and black shoes. The skin costs 2,007 player points, which is probably a reference to something, and the purchase quote is, "How expensive were all those?" Also, this is the second most expensive Chance skin, with the other being Chance's golden skin. Subject 3 turns 7 and 7 into Subject 3's appearance from the Roblox game Party.exe. He has a cake on his head, a black bar covering his eyes, a gray torso, black limbs, and a custom cool GUI that acts as a reference to the derp machine from Party.exe. The skin costs 600 player points, and the purchase quote is, "It's me." Maps. Bloodfell Manor is a completely original map featuring a large Victorian-era manor that's home to and the secret lair of Nosferatu. Not really that much of a secret if it's, you know, a mansion. The map's color scheme is entirely dark red and black. There are multiple statues of Nosferatu scattered across the map, with the biggest one in the middle being of Nosferatu, and there are multiple symbols throughout the map that show Nosferatu's loyalty to the Spectre. The mansion isn't the only area in the map. There's also a library, a dining room, and a front yard. There are 5 generators, and the map's theme is an extension of the theme Nosferatu plays in the chamber. If you like this video, you will definitely love this video on screen. Comment down below what you loved most in this update, and be sure to subscribe because I will actually get videos out on time. For real this time. See you soon.